of the Mama Pop Quilt Shop. Thank you for joining us today. We are going to put these strappings that normally you would just throw away or recycle. Hopefully you're recycling, not throwing away. So we're going to recycle it in a different manner. We're going to stabilize handles for tote bags. So Miss Gwenny, when she was visiting here, August of 22, she went over how to put these in handles. I kind of came up with just a little bit more of a quicker method of it. So that's what we're going to do here today. So it's quick and easy and a way to stabilize your handles themselves, okay? So this can go great for, obviously, handles for tote bags, baskets like this, or anything like that. You can put it on the rim of a basket. You can weave it through, you know what I mean, to give it stability this way as well. So, all right, so what we have here is just a couple little strips of fabric. For what I've chosen for approximately this size was a 4-inch cut of fabric, approximately 20 inches long by 4, and then I folded it in on itself, and then I took a bit of batting to go on the inside, which is about 3/4 of an inch by the length of the strapping, okay? And I just tucked it inside. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do this. We're going to fold it in on itself, there and there, and then we can put a little stitch right down, and then we can put our little, once we get the little stitch down, this plastic handle bit will go right in between and just slide right into place, okay? If you happen to feel like it's a little giving you some trouble or some, you know, a bit of a headache on the end, just use some painter's tape or some masking tape or some even blue tape just like this. Put it on the end to be able to feed it through, okay, without any issues. It just kind of pops right in and stabilize it. The key thing is you don't want to sew over this. No, bad, okay? It hurt your machine cry. What you want to do is cut it about 1 inch shorter on each side of your handle length that you're looking for, so you can be able to stabilize it inside the fabric, okay? Stabilize it inside the fabric here. See, my end of my plastic bit is right there, okay? Same on this side right here, okay? It's just shy of where this goes in here. So you're not going to sew over it, you're just going to sew pretty much right next to it, okay? All right, so we got one ready. Let's give that a little pin. Okay, just a couple to make sure we're keeping it all together. And the reason why I chose to channel it down in the middle of the fabric, just so it slides a whole lot easier. So now to get there, I took just a regular bit of the 4 by 20, I think it's 20 that I have here, pressed it in half. Oops, wake up the iron here. Just did like a little press like that, and then from there folded it in on itself. Okay. Sorry if my head was in the way. Okay, and then gave that a press. Okay, so let's finish that off. Let's get it in half. Apologize for the heater. It's chilly. We actually had it's snowing right now. And then we just take that bit of batting and we're going to tuck it in under one of those little flaps. Okay, you don't have to use the batting. I like it just because it's comfier on the hand. Why not? And I have lots. I have lots of batting. And then just fold it on itself. Put in a couple of little pins. And then just sew on down. I would sew on both sides if that's what you want to do, stabilize that area, and then your piece of plastic, the stabilized handle, should fit right in between, just like that, okay? Alrighty, so let's do a little quick sew. Okay. Put that over there. But a great way to use up those strappings. Couple ways right there, one in the handles, and like I said, one in the edge of a basket to go around the basket. Okay, and I just have some green multi-colored thread in my machine. You kind of want to make sure the bit more lined up there. And pressing really helps keep the shape as you're going through and sewing. So it's easier to go through the sewing machine. Okay, and then we'll do that with this one right here. Just turn it around. Stitch for a couple. Started, that pin, make sure we're lined up. There's two edges right there. So that's where the fold. We're folded right in the center here, okay? Just we're folded right there. Oops. I had it on super fast piecing. And usually if you're making a quilted tote, you kind of make a quilted head. And I did recently make a tote with these plastic inside the handles for Pop's Pop. And you should be able to see some pictures towards the end of the video. Okay. Okay, and then you're going to sew on the other side. And make sure you're leaving enough of a gap for your strip of strapping to fit in, okay, without any issues. And you want it snug, but you don't want to have to fight with it or have to seam anything else. So just come hugging along, right on that edge, okay, and make sure. But there's different widths of strapping as well. We even have some tiny little yellow stuff. And I was trying to figure out what that could be used for too, and I thought you had like a little a rim of a thread catcher would be perfect. Or just like a little catch-all little thing beside your sewing machine that catches your bobbins, and or maybe a foot change if you like it, or your little screwdriver for your machine. And this is a perfect time, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do. It really helps us. And if you give us a thumbs up, that would be awesome and amazing. Oops, 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 oops. Hold on. Let's go right up in there. Okay. We even had our lawnmower picked up to get the snowblower attachment to it today too. It's been a busy place here. Now you could make your strap a little bit wider, use one of your fancy decorative stitches down both sides, and then still have enough room for your strapping, okay? Okay, and then we'll just go over to here, and then just like that, we will take it, and we will put it in between the fabric. You can just see right there. I'm just separating it just a little bit, okay? And I'm just going to put that in. And I'm just going to gently feed it in. It's not a race. I'm just gently pushing it in. Okay, and we know we can't go through the end because it's shorter, so we want to make sure we're pushing it through, and even pushing it a little bit through more till we get past about an inch. Okay, so there is the end of my plastic tab there, and the end of my plastic tab there. So I did make it a little longer. Here, let's try to shift it right in between there. Okay, so halvesies and halvesies, and that gives me a good 1.5 inches to be able to put inside my project like this right here and have it nice and sturdy and stable. See, look at that. Isn't that amazing? Like that's perfect. You could do that for the handle for a dog collar, you know, give it that strength and stability, right? And then to make sure, oops, hold on, and make sure you're not using your sewing scissors to cut this strapping at all. Use a nice heavy-duty pair of snips or scissors. Like these are awesome. I bought these for a rag quilt project. And like you say, you just, like I said, you just want to come in about 1 inch on either side. Okay, you don't want that in the middle. Okay, that's the double part there. I guess if you had to use it, it's not a big deal, but come about 1 inch from there and 1 inch from there. Make a little finger spot, snip something sturdy and half decent, okay? And then, again, just pop it through its little fabrics, little slide. Okay? And I said, if you have any problems, pop the tape on the end, okay? So that is like at least 2 ways that I've given you, one visually, but another verbally, of how you could use this, recycle this strapping. There you go. Super easy. You're going to make a handle anyways, you might as well beef it up, right? Okay, and then just kind of push it through with your finger. You can scoot it along, kind of like scooch it, okay? Like if we were putting elastic in or something like that, and there you go. Perfect. Another handle. A couple of sturdy handles coming at you. Or some costume bunny hairs. Thank you. Have a great day. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you real soon.